Hello, magic practitioners of all shapes and sizes. My name is Chance. Welcome to my Spellbook, and thank you for tuning into the 20th episode of our Cantrip series. May I introduce to you Mage Hand, usable by the Bard, Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard, and naturally, through extension, anyone else with access to their spell lists, and it is found in the classic, the one, the only, the original Player's Handbook. Let's take a quick look at some of the mechanics here. The cast time is 1 action, the range is 30 feet, the duration is a whole minute. The effect at a glance: create a floating hand that can function within a 30-foot radius. It can perform simple tasks and follow simple directions. It cannot attack, activate magical items, or carry over 10 pounds. The components are somatic and verbal, meaning you have to gesture as well as speak the incantation. The school is Conjuration. Now let's take a look at the full spell description here. I'll post it down below in the comments or in the description section rather. So if you'd like to take a quick look to follow along, that'd be more than okay. A spectral floating hand appears at a point you choose within range. The hand lasts for the duration or until you dismiss it as an action. The hand vanishes if it is ever more than 30 feet away from you, or if you cast the spell again. You can use your action to control the hand. You can use the hand to manipulate an object, open an unlocked door or container, stow or retrieve an item from an open container, or pour the contents out of a vial. You can move the hand up to 30 feet each time you use it. The hand can't attack, activate magical items, or carry more than 10 pounds. So very interesting stuff there. Very interesting. One kind of game-breaking-ish thing I was pointed out, and I personally wouldn't allow this in my game, but it is kind of a gray area. It can't carry more than 10 pounds, but it doesn't specify the weight that it can drag behind it. So if you hand it roughly 10 pounds worth of rope and get it to pull that, it could be attached to several hundred pounds, hypothetically. That's kind of the only exploit that is really out there as far as I'm concerned. There's a lot of people who want to throw things, but the hand can't attack, so I wouldn't allow that. Anything that would require an attack roll, the hand can't do, as kind of a rule of thumb. The magical items thing is also a little bit misleading. It can't activate magical items, but it can touch and use magical items, and I'll get into that in a little bit here. That being said, let's take a look at some of the alternative uses. I would allow the hand in one of my games to be able to set traps, or various traps, such as digging holes. I think that'd be more than allowed. It would take quite a decent amount of time, but I would allow it. I would also allow the hand to be able to use healing supplies, whether or not it's a healing kit or a health potion. Those would both be perfectly viable in my opinion. I might give it disadvantage on that medical check just because it's not a full person, but I mean, play that by ear. And it can also be used to retrieve things like keys. You don't necessarily have to be able to see the hand all the time. So long as it's within that 30-foot radius, I would allow you to communicate to it, like grab the guard's keys, for example, and have it do that on its own and come back. I think that would be okay. That being said, if you have any alternative uses you'd like to see this spell, I would love for you to comment those down beneath, as well as if you have any cool stories involving it. I would really appreciate that as well. That being said, I hope you all have a great day, and as always, happy casting, everyone.